Hey everybody, it's Matt. Real quick before we get started with the episode, we just wanted to send a message of love and support to one of our patrons who has been a very valued member and supporter of the podcast since the very, very, very beginning. If you've been around the Dulce Discord or our Twitter for very long at all, you'll undoubtedly know a man by the name of Zane. He recently let us all know that he's suffering from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And again, we just wanted to send a shout out to him, let him know that we're thinking about him. And we would also like to say that any donations that are made to our Buy Me a Coffee between now and the end of February, instead of buying us booze like we always say it will instead be donated to a cancer foundation that specializes in pancreatic cancer research. So, love you, buddy. Wishing you the best.
Don't look under the internet.
That I don't need it. That one's good. But I do have a couple other clips that I found recently that I need to add to the soundboard.
I have to remember to copy and clip things for us.
Just whenever you find them, that's something just ridiculous, just clip it out.
You know what I need to clip?
Your toenails?
Yes. Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet.
Dick cheese.
Clip your dick cheese.
The show where I'm eating kettle corn,
Yep.
and I'm going to stop now. That's Jason.
Thank you.
It's
Hello.
actually Boom Chicka Pop.
It is Boom Chicka Pop.
Yeah, it's kettle corn.
Kettle Boom Chicka Kettle
The
Pop.
worst kind of corn.
That shit's good. You're wrong. All right, so Jason, it's just you and me today. Mute Doug.
Doug doesn't exist.
Anyway, that's Jason.
Hello, 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 hello.
That's Doug.
Yeah, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm C. Montgomery Burns.
Excellent.
Smithers, release the
God damn it.
I'm going to give you a 2 out of 10 on that one.
Fuck! God damn, sorry. That's some hot ass tea still.
Every time, man. Every time.
Woo! I've left the cap off it for like 40 minutes already.
You should keep
Have you tried
leaving
not
it off.
putting it in a fucking cup that never
Oh.
unheats?
Lets it get cold.
The other cups, it gets too cold too fast, though, is the problem.
The modern
Wow.
problem.
That hurt a lot.
Wow.
Anyway.
Unfortunately, this is not a show about how many taste buds
I have left.
buds that Mike has
It's like
left.
3. No, it's a show where we go, Duluth,
Clap
housekeeping.
above your head.
Clap
Ding.
your
So-
fucking penis.
Today on housekeeping rules, we have 4 guests of honor that I want to give a
4 of them.
shouty outy to.
Okay.
If you also would like to be shouty outied, patreon.com/DelutiPod. Chuck in something or nothing. But
That's where we shout at your belly button until it becomes an Audi.
yeah.
I think.
But we have Michael
Wouldn't you have to
Marsh.
suck it for that? Oh.
We have Michael Marsh. We have Morgan, Randy Williams, and Sinister Metal.
We almost had a Randy Marsh.
We almost had a Randy Marsh. You're right. Oh, that was so close.
We're like halfway there.
And we're making $666 a month on Patreon.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan,
So,
everybody.
Yeah, so that's kind of a. We can just honestly. That has been the show.
We've hit the magic number.
Yeah, that's all
we
we
don't
need.
have to try anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everyone just stay and nobody move, and everything will be cool. But thank you guys. It's super awesome for you to become patrons. You're coming at a good time because we have a bunch of new Patreon stuff coming to some of the tiers.
Yep.
So be on the
Yep,
lookout
yep.
for that. A lot of content coming your guys' way
We're
on
starting
the
that
Patreon.
this month.
We already did. We got our
That's right. And the
for
next
the
one
$10 tier. Yeah, $10
yeah.
tiers. We're doing a weekly little game night with myself and potentially the other boys chime in too. They did it last night, which was very fun.
Yep.
And then you guys have your own little things as well that I forgot.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
we'll be actually
Yeah.
posting a few little polls. Well, I guess not polls, but a place for you to ask some questions that you'd like us to answer, and,
and
we're gonna
actually affect the show and how it's run.
Nope.
No,
No,
we're not.
never,
Okay,
we're never.
we're not
we
giving
don't-
that up.
We don't take advice. No, we'll be doing a slew of things, but one of the things is we're gonna be doing is a fireside Q&A every once in a while that lets you guys ask us some of those burning questions that you've always just really wanted to know. Like, we haven't given away everything about ourselves already.
Did we ever answer if Spider does have puss?
You will know on the fireside chat if Spider does have puss.
It's the same answer as how many meatballs
Do you think?
do you think?
These are,
15.
if you want to know the answers to questions like this, and you're just gonna fucking.
We don't need the fireside chat anymore. It's 15.
It's over, and as quickly as it came. No,
Yep.
Well, everyone missed the mark on that one.
that's fine. Either way, there's gonna be an outlet for you guys to kind of entertain yourselves and us with your curiosities about what you want to know about us, what you maybe some hard opinions that you want to know from us.
Speaking of an outlet, I
I'm
think
terrified.
tonight's episode was kind of an outlet for you, Jason. Jason needs an outlet. That's where we
My
were
guy,
at.
I need an outlet.
This was his outlet. It's part 2 of the Dulce base.
You guys might look at me in a different light after today, and that's fine. I am a different person after what I saw and what I heard and what I have experienced since last night. So
y'all got unhinged Mike last week. You're getting unhinged Jason this week, and you'll never get unhinged Doug ever. So,
I don't know if
unhinged
we.
Doug is just loud, monotone Doug. it's the same
just-
You'll
voice.
never know if I'm unhinged or not because I won't allow it.
So let's start off with a good old fashioned.
Should we do
recap?
a lightning recap?
Yeah, lightning
Absolutely.
recap.
So what was our last week's episode?
So last week,
I don't even remember.
It was your
I blacked
topic.
out. Where was I?
So I don't normally do this, and this thought just came into my head. I usually save this for the bonus episodes,
Okay.
but I think I'm gonna read this off in a certain fashion that maybe some people will appreciate, maybe some people won't.
Are you gonna
I
do
feel
a
like they'll
Vegeta?
appreciate it more.
I'm not gonna do the Vegeta.
They'll appreciate it more by the
Ouch, you
end
hurt
of
my
this
pride.
episode, for sure.
All right, so lightning recap: aliens, humans, tunnels, bases, New Mexico, maybe, but kind of Colorado as well. Weird people, rumors, alien probes. Not really. Cows? What does it mean? Aliens did a war? Find out tonight on Diluted Ball Z.
You sound like a mix of Moist Critical and the Burger King Foot Lettuce Boy.
The way I wrote that did not allow me to do the voice as well as I wanted to be fair, because it was all just like phrases.
It's all just phrases. And that's
Uh,
fine. But I mean, you nailed every point that we covered.
Yeah, so if that made zero sense to you,
Which it
go
did.
back to the last episode and listen because you're in the wrong spot on
Yep.
your TV.
We are also going to again announce this right off the rip. You fucking figure it out, man.
Dude, this is.
We are probably going to be wrong on a bunch of stuff, and that's okay.
I don't think there's
the,
a right.
The amount of nuances in any of this, we don't care. Don't
Yeah.
add us. Don't tweet us.
Don't give a fuck.
we understand the scope of the information that we're looking at, and we understand that a lot of people have probably done some different research from the research that we did. But I think we've all experienced enough of this information to kind of get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once you see enough, you're just like, oh, I get it. Okay. And I'm sure that there's more interesting things, but that is not why we are here. We are here to inform you about the goings-on at Dulce Base in New Mexico, kind of Colorado, but maybe not Colorado, and also all over the world.
Hey, bud.
What?
Bud.
What?
Buddy.
What?
Pal.
What?
Guy.
What?
It's probably time that we took that shot, right?
Okay. All right. When I take this, it's
What
going.
are you drinking? And what are
There
you
we go.
thinking? There's a bottle here and it's empty. Yeah.
Well, for some fucking reason, the universe aligned for us, and both I and Mike bought big old bottles of Bulliet bourbon. So we're drinking on that. Plus, I've got an Oktoberfest over here to kind of keep me calm. It's my
I have a
emotional support beer.
Yeah, there's
I
something
just have a
about
little amount of meth on the side.
you.
so.
You
Just a
look.
little.
You look like. So you have a shot of bullet bourbon in front of you,
Mhm.
along with a cracked open mini Pepsi, I'm assuming for the caffeine. You also have a Monster Rehab next to you.
Oh, I've been up since 4:30 this
and
morning,
an
my guy.
open beer.
Yep.
Are you okay?
Jason likes drinks. He's
have-
got to have a bunch of drinks. I
have-
have
I have-
options.
So, okay, to compound my unhingedness today from the shit that I saw last night, I also had a pretty fucking shit day at work, and I'm all sorts of revved up. I am ready to fucking talk about some goddamn aliens.
And I'm excited because I don't have it in me today to do what I did last week.
I will pick up every bit of slack.
My menace from last week transferred to a different host, and apparently it's you.
It's a virus, man. It's an auditory virus, and here we are. So is everybody up to speed on what we talked about yesterday? Or not yesterday, last week?
Yeah, so I'll TLDR it again just for you guys.
What was the last thing we said?
Basically how,
Fuck Corbin, Kentucky.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that was in there.
We went over the Nightmare Hall, how they're doing all the genetic researching. And our boy, Thomas Costello, old Tommy C, was basically told, no, this is all okay. These are all basically like, they don't have brains. Like these are like people that are too far gone. And we're doing all this stuff for medical like enhancement. We're trying to cure them. And Tommy was like, okay,
Cool.
turns out that's not the case.
Yeah.
We have some accounts from someone that's going to go into a bit more detail with it as well. A boy named Phil Schneider.
Yep.
A lad named Phil.
Lad named Phil. Yeah, so I mean I think what we were doing last time was getting to like the meat of it, and
Oh, you didn't even take your shot from what are we drinking?
I am
what
about
are we thinking?
to. I am stalling because I know what is about to happen. Okay. So fuck it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, I
Yeah,
guess.
so here's to you and here's to
Alright.
me, and if we ever disagree,
Fuck you.
Come on, her.
come on her.
Come on her.
Link, drink. You get it. I believe in you. Sir, take my hand.
We holding hands?
I
Okay.
believe in you.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I think so. I mean, do you Okay, yes.
Hey.
I'm fucking ready.
Breathe. Breathe in. Now I want you to think to yourself, I got this.
Can I breathe out?
No.
Fuck.
Breathe out.
Oh, okay.
Breathe in. That's it.
That's it. You're done.
Never do anything else.
So yes, we talked about Mr. Costello and all of his insane ramblings, and we talked about there being several other people who might have some information on the Dulce base.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I got to redact something. The drills didn't go at light speed. They went in fucking
did
Mach.
bust your balls
they
about
went
that.
in
I'm
fucking
sorry.
Mach 2 because you'll find out later that doesn't fucking matter. But here we are.
It really doesn't, but
So
like
I swear to God, if I get some fucking dude on the internet just like, actually, they couldn't travel at light speed. They traveled more at Mach 2.
you have my full
First
permission
off-
to go off.
I'm going to punch you in the face, nerd. Secondly, there, I fixed it. You're welcome.
Fixed, redacted, we're good. Mach 2 drills, not
Yeah.
light speed. But Phil Schneider. Phil Schneider is one of the people, along with, Thomas Costello, what was the other name?
Paul Benowitz.
Paul Benowitz. Phil Schneider is one of, like, the main sources of information.
Almost the main source, along with
Especially-
Costello.
Well, okay, I can't go into that. Fuck. Later we'll do that. There are reasons that he is, like, the main voice of all of this. So who is Phil Schneider? Phil Schneider is
A man.
Is a man.
We know this.
Yes. He has worked for, okay, this is, again, according to him. He has worked for the government, worked for the military, but he is a self-taught geologist and engineer, and at some point in his life, he had gained level 3 security clearance, whatever the fuck that means.
Well, it goes up to level 7, I believe. And then there's also the alleged Umrah, I think it was.
Umrah, yes, there's the Umrah, but, like, I don't know what is included in the level 3 because there's speculation, but I mean, it's all hush hush, top secret. And even he said so. Like, he said, I'm level 3, and at one point he goes, I was level 1 for a bit, and then they bumped me up to level 3 for this, that, and the other.
It's
But
like a D&D campaign.
it really is. It's like it's the D&D of conspiracy theories is what this is. So level 3 security clearance, and that means that he had access to a bunch of information that a lot of people did not. He said he worked at Dulce Base, he worked at Area 51, and he also worked at a bunch of other underground bases as an engineer who helped kind of figure out how to construct the bases, how to bore down there, So he knows a lot about what
He-
happened.
Yeah, the amount of times he had to request additional pylons must have been ludicrous.
Oh, it absolutely batshit. It was at least once every 10 supply. You know what? I don't think I can give this man like the introduction he deserves by myself. Do we just want to hear him talk about now? Okay, let me just tell everyone listening: there is a 7-part interview on the internet where he basically just info dumps all of his knowledge about everything alien related. Knowledge. We'll go ahead and hard quote that for sure. He info dumps, and he brings pictures, he brings all sorts of, evidence. And so the whole thing's like almost 2 hours long, and it's a wealth of information, and it talks all about Dulce Base. He talks all about all of these underground hidden bases. He talks about security clearances and like who he knew, how he knew them. It's like a fucking huge ass, very specific timeline of his entire employment history with the U.S. government, which I don't know, man. Why
Something doesn't check out.
How are you televising this? Either way, do you guys want to hear what this man sounds like and kind of like the things he's bringing to the table?
Sure, go ahead and throw him on.
All right, let's fucking roll.
No! Damn it.
Damn it, now
His opinion doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right. You're out for the day.
No.
Go home. Get out of here.
See you, Doug. Yeah, let's play a little clip of this just real quick. You guys ready?
Just a quick one.
Cool.
I'm going to be real brief about it. I carried a level 1 security clearance, the Rhyolite 38 factor. There are very few of us. There's nobody except myself, to my knowledge, talking like this. Nobody. I'm breaking the law. I'm breaking world as well as federal law, coming out and even talking about this to a group of people. I love my country more than I love my life. 2 weeks ago, I was shot in the shoulder.
And that is all I will play of that clip, because from there it gets a little dicey after that.
You see, the aliens, they came, they dressed themselves up, and they molested me.
I just love my country so goddamn much.
That's why I voted Republican across the board.
So directly after this, so he introduces himself and he tells about his like security clearance, and then he goes off on like this huge tangent about patriotism and like
You see, the Greys came down with their big supple breasts, and I was like, that's an alien I could fuck.
I was just beating the Greys off left and right.
Did you
I
guys
didn't know what to
watch
do.
this interview? This is uncanny.
I know. I made the interview. I am Phil Schneider.
Yes. Fucking
We're
what?
It's just us in a trench coat.
It's just the two of you in a trench coat. Perfect. So that was Phil Schneider. He is one of the 3 like experts, witnesses, we'll call him, from the Dulce Base goings on. And again, this was part of the second video. There are 7 of these, and they're full of information. So let's move on to the TLDR version of that interview, shall we? Are you guys ready? Let's hear what Phil has to fucking say.
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready for Phil.
All right, here we go.
Wake me up when you're done.
So, the first thing Phil over here has to talk about is the agreement that the Americans entered into with the gray aliens in 1954.
We've all heard this.
Yes, we have. Boo! This
No,
mutually
wrong
beneficial
part.
cooperation agreement is called the Greada Treaty, and
Which I think we mentioned in our
Yep.
yes, we did.
Majestic 12
Yep,
episode.
we did. The thing we didn't mention though is
Was
that
the
the fucking
Greada Treaty.
is the fucking aliens don't comply with it. So why do we have this treaty?
Because we still get technology.
We do. We did get the transistor. We got Wi-Fi. We got a bunch of shit.
We got hats.
We got Whoppers.
We got Whoppers. I mean, the technology's
the
there.
Yumbo.
And there we have it.
That's all you need to fucking know.
So, on top of this,
For us whoppers.
Phil's theory about space shuttles is that they go into outer space to create special alloys while in orbit. a vacuum is needed to create these special metals, and thus the mandate for the ongoing support of the manned space station. And this is what justifies it, apparently, is that you can make, from his own fucking words, elements 105 through 139 or some shit.
Just has
Or
to be done in
140.
space.
Just has to be done in space. It has to be vacuum. There's
Yeah,
a vacuum involved, and you have to put the metals in there, and it comes up and it's just crystals. Now it's stronger.
You put everything into the Dyson, and then you get gems.
You get gems, and it's great.
I'm still laughing about the Whopper.
Hey man, that's pinnacle of human
Glasses
technology.
came off. He's broke.
You're already broken. We're only oh my god, we're already 20 minutes in.
That's checks out.
Moving on. So this is, again, I just need to reiterate, all of the things that I'm saying are points that Phil Schneider has made in his 7-video long interview. So let's just sprint through the rest. Most of the aircraft technology with stealth technology was developed due to the study of an alien ship that crashed in the United States. I'm assuming he's referring to Roswell.
Yeah, it
I
all
think
stems,
so.
it all stems back to
It all
Roswell.
stems back to Roswell. The way they did this is they basically broke down a metallic compound that was covering the ship and turned it into like a coating, and now they can coat ships or stealth bombers with this stealth technology that makes it invisible to radar. Before this, we didn't have any of that shit. Here's another good one. AIDS was invented at the National Ordnance Laboratory in Chicago, Illinois, and it was developed as a virus to control the human population.
Wow.
Whoa!
Magic Johnson, look out!
No,
Nah, Magic Johnson's like the
He's the
worst
cure.
nightmare.
Oh, that's right.
you just got to go like kiss his toes or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Put his sweaty feet in your mouth and.
I'm pretty sure South Park told us how to do this.
Oh.
Yeah,
you
you
just
just
blend
inject
up
money.
You just blend up money and you inject it.
That's fair. Try both of those solutions. It might work. Don't do it. Also, don't listen to us three idiots. We are not experts in any of the things we talk
No, but
about.
one of us is a medical professional.
One of us is a medical professional. Unfortunately, we're not talking about medical shit right now, so I can't actually offer you advice.
Anything we tell you to do, go ahead and do it, but don't at us or tell us that you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not. Cue really fast talking about how we're not liable for things.
Louis is not responsible
Exactly.
for any type of mutilation that could cause to your body.
Holy shit, that was really good.
If you had more to say, it would have been perfect.
I know, I couldn't think of anything.
You guys want to hear another claim
Yes.
from Phil Schneider?
Claim me, Daddy.
It is a secret that the U.S. government has a device for causing earthquakes. The San Francisco earthquake in 1989 and the Kobe earthquake in 1995 did not have a pulse wave, which confirms they are artificial. They are artificially made, and this apparently confirms it. And the U.S. has a device to make this happen. For what purpose? I don't know. Maybe destabilizing some other countries.
Just for shits and gigs.
I'm bored. Shake a bunch.
We did
This
it.
was around the time the Harlem Shake was getting
Do
popular.
the Harlem Shake.
Oh no, everyone died.
No. Here's another good one. The bombing at the World Trade Center.
Trade Center.
And the bombing in Oklahoma City in 1995 were carried out using a miniature nuclear device, and this was indicated by the melting and pitting of concrete with the displacement of metal rods that make up the frame of concrete structures. Now,
You can
I will
also,
s-
back when I said Obama was an alien, because if you stop and look at that one video of him, he has reptile eyes.
He blinks-
George Bush.
Yeah, same thing.
Exact same thing when he's talking about 9/11.
9/11. Yep, he visited Dulce, apparently.
He's reptilian.
2001 called.
They want their towers back.
Oh.
They've hit the second.
Is that okay to say? I feel real bad about
It's been
that.
like 20 years. It's fine.
That's fair, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I still
spoil-
feel weird about
If you
it.
haven't seen it already, you're late. All right.
No spoilers.
no spoilers. What happened on 2001?
Jesus Christ. So this is actually one of the points that caused me to freak out a little bit because I've seen so many goddamn pictures of like the conspiracy parts of like 9/11 with like the melted steel beams with like the very straight cuts in them
Jet
and all
beams
that.
can't melt steel fuel.
It can't. It's been proven.
That's it.
It's been proven in science. But I will say this part actually, like, it freaked me out a bit because this guy, the one thing I do want to say, all the things that I've said are just batshit insane, right? Like, this is completely
the way
against the norm.
he says it.
The way he says it makes it sound correct.
Now
This guy
imagine
sounds
this-
like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Now imagine this being said, but on weed.
Yeah, you should imagine that,
You
because
wanna
that's how it was received
You want to do
by
what
one of
about
us. It might have caused a minor panic attack. Who knows? Never will say. So again, after the bombings and how that was powered by a nuclear device instead of terrorism, the Bikini Atoll. Do you guys know what that is or remember it at all?
No, I just know of Bikini Bottom.
It was basically a nuclear test site.
Yeah.
So it's
both
Bikini,
Bikini
Bottom.
Bottom
Isn't this what
and
Bikini Bottom?
Bikini
That's
Atoll.
what Bikini
Right.
Bottom's based off of.
Bikini Atoll.
There's a theory where with the
Oh my
nuclear
God.
testing of Bikini Atoll, that is why all these fish are now like
Fucked up and
talking
mutants.
and like it's a talking sponge and they're moving
Yeah.
around. They're forming society.
Is the Bikini
It's 'cause
Atoll?
I see nothing
Jesus.
wrong with this.
The Bikini Atoll, the radiation from that nuclear testing.
Yeah, so
caused
you
Bikini Bottom.
So you know that Bikini Atoll was a nuclear test site, right?
Yeah.
At least that's what we think it is. That's what we think it is.
Yeah.
That is what we think it is. It is not that. The Bikini Atoll detonations were actually the U.S. government finding out about a secret fucking alien base, deciding that they were full of hostile aliens covered in bacteria and other things that would permanently kill the entire human race, and saying, nope, fuck that, we're going to nuke it. That's what the Bikini Atoll was. It
They
was
just-
just eradication of aliens.
They were just on a boat and just driving by and just, oh shit,
Oh, fuck.
look at all those aliens down there.
That's
We
an
should-
alien.
We should do a bomb about that.
They're making the Earth sound a lot stronger than I feel like it do be.
See, hold on to that feeling, because
You remember that thing we talked about in the Majestic 12 where the aliens just turned our nukes off?
yeah, exactly, dude.
We'll get there.
We will get there. Just, can you please let me finish ranting
I
about this
can't.
batshit insane stuff?
I cannot.
That's fine. We should pause after every one of these bullet points because each one is insane. So after he divulged this information about how the Bikini Atoll was actually just an alien base being destroyed by the U.S. government, woo, go Patriots. Exactly. He then segues into underground military bases. What is happening?
We got wild with it. I don't know.
You just sound like a howler monkey.
That's what I was going for. I was like really throating it, you know?
Really throat
I
that
was
howler
really
monkey.
throwing it.
Fuck, what was I talking about? Damn it. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is where all of this information that I've been talking about actually comes to a bit of a head and starts pertaining to Dulce Base. So, Phil Schneider talks about his history with the U.S. government and the projects that he's worked on, and this is kind of where I've got that clip about him saying, like, I had level 1 security clearance. This is illegal what I'm doing. Nobody else is doing this. He starts talking about the large number of underground military bases that have been built in the United States when this happened. This is pre-1996. I can't remember the exact date, but you'll see why it was pre-1996 later. And he goes over how there's 130-ish underground secret bases built across the entirety of the U.S. Some of them are up to 2 kilometers deep. Some are even more than that. They are similar in size to a full fucking city, like, Chicago, New York, Los Angeles. That's how big they are. The bases were built in case of a declaration of war. And he goes over about how the U.S. government was super paranoid, especially after like the Cold War, World War II, and they saw all the different technologies that their enemies had. They freaked the fuck out. So they basically built like a failsafe if nuclear war erupted. And now when this happened, they started discovering some anomalies. And Phil Schneider goes over that they find like these hollow points within the earth.
Oh, flip. Here we go.
Yeah, we're going into fucking hollow earth theory, guys.
Let's
go. It touches that too. Now, apparently, when they dug some of these bases, they found this hollowed out area that was full of black fucking smog. And when they burrowed into it, it just started jetting out into
bees.
It was just bees. No, it started releasing this into the atmosphere. Now, Phil Schneider says that this was like the beginning of a rise in like viruses or diseases. And the way he explains that is that all of these come from this alien civilization that's been locked beneath the fucking earth. And as soon as we drilled into it, it basically vented all of that into the surface. And that's where we find a lot of the newer, more modern diseases. He references Ebola. He references AIDS. Pretty much all of the uncurables that we have on Earth, the things that kill people, like
Fibromyalgia.
yeah, mesothelioma, AIDS, all that good stuff.
Diverticulitis.
That's just a condition.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, but maybe.
Can't eat nuts and
You know,
seeds
at
and
this
shit.
point, in time, I'm not sure of fucking anything. Maybe diverticulitis. Maybe having elbows comes from aliens. I don't fucking know. But apparently, when we bored down into this alien subculture, that's where it blasted our world with all these fucking incurable diseases, which is why we're dying from them. Which is why apparently COVID exists. Is all of this shit is all tied into
The
it.
lamestream media doesn't want you to know the truth.
All I can think
COVID.
about is how much I hate elbows now.
You should. They're alien. They don't belong in our bodies.
That's not right.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
They're listening through your
I
elbows.
just want
Get outta
stick
here.
arms.
Stupid elbow.
So, the United States built a bunch of these underground bases to protect themselves and ensure the longevity of the human race in America from nuclear war. Or that's what we were told. What we weren't told is that none of that's true. And what's actually happening is that the U.S. is setting up different defense points against this alien world underneath our own feet and not telling us about it. They are also recruiting the world's governments to come help them fight against
The
these
new
aliens.
world order.
It's the NWO. The NWO is here. It is rooted in Dulce. It is rooted right beneath the U.S. And people are fucking talking about it, apparently, but they're not making it far because Phil is the only one at this point to release any of this information. One of the things he goes over in this interview is that he was one of the very few survivors of something called the Battle of Dulce or the Dulce War or the
Dulce
Alien
War.
War. There's a couple of different titles it's gone by. We're not going to go into that right now. I have more batshit insane shit to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
We will go into the Alien War because it has everything to do with Phil Schneider.
And it sounds hella cool.
It is. Kind of.
It's the best sci-fi book I've ever read.
Kind of cool. So Phil Schneider was apparently one of the very few survivors of this war at Dulce Base between the Global Humanity Defense Force, I'm assuming, or something like
it
that.
was like two task teams. There's like a Delta Force.
There was a Delta Force and there was
another
something
one.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple of different task force that were down there.
Team.
SAC Team
SAC
12.
team.
And they are stationed. The reason these bases exist is to defend against the look, fuck it, let's just call it Hollow Earth aliens. They are defending our way of life against this alien threat that has existed here for millions of years, apparently. This
Sounds
should
like
remind
some
you of
America shit.
This sounds like some Cthulhu shit, is what this sounds like.
That is fair.
Like, are you kidding me? This is straight from Cthulhu. So they started building all of these different bases, and apparently they are using this technology that liquefies rock instantaneously and moves it behind it while also traveling at Mach fucking 2, which is twice the speed of sound.
And it's the exact same speed of the drills that were used.
But also the speed of light at the same time.
It's about 168,000 miles per second slower than that, but that's neither here nor there.
That's chump change.
Chump change.
Numbers.
Yeah. So after they built all these bases as like a defense, they realized that there are A, a fuckload of them, and B, we can honeycomb the planet at this point with just defense bases. Just build them underground, and all we have to do is connect them by this magnetic rail system that, again, moves at Mach 2. Everything that the government comes up with in this instance moves at Mach 2. So I'm not gonna lie, Mach 2 is fucking fast as hell. That would put you like from New York to Tokyo in like an hour or less.
Can't Speed Racer go like Mach 5 or something?
his car is called
the Mach 5.
There it
But he is a demon on wheels.
Yeah, you know,
Speed Racer.
let's do an episode on Speed Racer
More
and
than
how he's
me.
actually what a
Thank you.
fucking mashup.
I don't know how you got that from, like, I know because that's what I did, but, like, I'm glad you realized.
disguise. So they connect all of these different bases across the globe by a mag rail system that travels at Mach 2 or 2,300-ish, 2,400 kilometers per hour. That's
Put
a
that
fucking
into
lot.
American units.
Well, 1 kilometer or 1 mile is 1.4 kilometers. So somebody else do the math.
Ugh, fine.
Ew. No thanks.
Okay, fair enough. So these rail systems, it hovers about 2 centimeters above the rail, which creates no friction. And So this is the essentials of a railgun. This is how a railgun
It
works.
reminds me of the like rail system they had in Black Panther.
Yeah.
They had those
Yep.
trains that
Yep,
were
yep, yep.
just
What if they
hovering around.
crash?
I mean,
it's broken then.
It's just broken.
Yeah, it's got to get a new
gotta
one.
get a new one.
Could you imagine being just obliterated at that fast?
Oh, at that fast, there would be some questions for like what the fuck happened here for sure.
You'd be just straight like cubed.
Yes, exactly. You would turn it. Everybody that was riding passenger would like fill the front cabin and just be that shape all together and all in a cube. It would be
Just
great.
A meat cube.
Yes. But yeah, so he goes over all these different bases that are connected. I'm gonna save which bases that are connected to this for later, simply because this would extend my time by a lot. So after he talks about this, he then talks about the secret plan of the High Greys. So there are several different types of gray aliens. There's the Greys, there's the High Greys.
The High Greys are the whites.
Right, and they are fuckers. They are absolute fuckers.
Absolutely stoned.
They don't care about us. They just want us for breeding purposes. They want our DNA, and they want to basically make their race better by using us. They want to enslave us, and they basically think cattle. They want to turn us into cattle.
They're the same ones that are basically controlling the little grays.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. The little Greys are like the working class. Like they're used to basically taking orders from an authoritarian figure.
Imagine
The white
fucking
Greys.
Invader Zim.
Yeah, exactly.
With all the little Zims and
Yeah.
then the big Zims
and then
on
the
the
fucking
ship.
high exarchs. Yeah, exactly. That's
Yes.
the white the tall whites and the small Greys. Exact same dynamic there. So the secret plan
Always
of
the
the
whites.
Greys is to establish the New World Order, which is managed by the UN, but also not managed by the UN. It is
Because they
managed by
own
the
it.
aliens, who then manage the UN, who manages us, who manages the military,
Yeah.
who manages the Greys.
And if you're
Are we following along?
there's a lot
so
of
far?
people that are like, oh yeah, we should like. There's a lot of people actually like trying to help the Greys and the tall whites. Like they want to help them establish this new world order because they're like, oh yeah, everything will just be easier. The world will be much better. New world order to these tall whites is pretty much just a simulation. It's
We're
just,
gonna fuck you till you die.
it's just making their lives
the
easier
Matrix.
it is making their life easier by putting us in place to basically be a worker.
Yep.
Or a warrior class for them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. So
And
if you think the New World Order is a good thing, it's not because you're gonna just be in the gulag.
Unless
just
you don't
fucking-
know, I
Correct
guess.
me if I'm wrong, but it was like mainly a Republican-backed thing from what I was
Did you
reading.
not hear Phil Schneider on that clip that I played?
Yeah, no, I did. I just wanted to make sure we're aware here of how this is falling
So
into place.
this story is full of
Yeah,
right-leaning fucking rhetoric. Like it's just chocked full of it.
Yeah, to the point where it was this thing where it went. I don't remember who the president was, but we had a Republican president back in like, I think it was Jimmy Carter that's coming up in this, where he just pretty much said no thanks to these aliens. We're cutting off all ties with them.
Yeah.
Well, nothing to do with them. And then once George Bush Sr. came back into play as president, he's like, all right, let's do this. Let's get these aliens things
Hell
going
yeah.
again.
We're gonna make a fucking hybrid race. We're gonna get some
I have that in my
genetic
part.
engineering.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, we'll go over
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Let's make mine.
it. So these are all claims. All of these claims by Phil Schneider, one of the leading experts in the goings on at Dulce Base in New Mexico. Did I mention that he's one of the 3 survivors of a massive battle? I did mention that, right?
Yes.
Did I tell you how? Like, so he's a
Please do.
survivor, right?
Yeah.
The number 3 could be right or wrong here.
We'll touch on that. We'll absolutely touch on that. So, if you were to hear that somebody survived this battle of Dulce Base, how do you think they survived? How do you think they made it out of that?
If it's an alien war, I would want it to be they went out with like they survived by like shooting alien like guns at these Greys and like a whole out just sci-fi Star Trek
Ship
war.
battles, explosions.
You want to see Starship Troopers come to life?
I do.
Okay.
Without the Nazi,
Without the Nazis.
fascism.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the totalitarianism in that movie is ridiculous, but yeah. So Halo, the game,
That's what
the
I
show,
expect. I expect to be Halo 1 first level when all the lights go out and he's just going around shooting all these
all the fucking
aliens.
grunts. and-
Yeah.
That's, I mean, from the description he gives, that's very close to it. So Phil over here was a part of a war that happened at Dulce Base. It was between the global military force and several different races of aliens, resulting in the loss of 3 fingers of Phil Schneider. Phil lost 3 fingers to this. Do you want to know how he lost those 3 fucking fingers?
I need to know.
Do you need to know?
Tell me, please.
So here's what happened. He lost 3 fingers to an energy nipple weapon that eviscerated and electrocuted him and apparently gut him like a fish, pulling his intestines outside of his body to bleed out on the floor
An
and
ENW?
never make it to the surface. You know what I mean?
He got hit by an ENW.
Energy nipple weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, an ENW. Got him. So this alien, according to Phil, okay, if you watch this interview, you will see
there.
you will see Phil Schneider
Machine
go,
gun jumblies.
Oh my god! Yeah, I was just about to say Austin Powers.
yes. What the fuck is, yes. A little bit more high tech than that. But Phil describes this encounter in the weirdest way possible. He's standing up in front of people. Now, I do want to say, Phil is very awkward. He's a self-taught geologist and engineer. If that, like, again, he's a little weird when it comes to, like, the social norms. He's not the best public speaker. So, with that in mind, he talks about how essentially these alien races were done with the human control, and they basically said, fuck this. Like, yeah, I know you're providing us with all of these reproductive cattle, more or less, with these rooms full of women where any of us can just walk up there and just fuck the shit out of them whenever we want, rape the hell out of them. We're done with that. We don't want that anymore. We don't want to be here. You opened this door. Let us the fuck out.
If you're worried, don't worry. I'm gonna go into that in a minute.
Yes, Mike's got a lot more on this. I was solely Phil Schneider, and that turned out to be way fucking more than I ever thought it could be. So he got blasted in the fingers, in the chest, in the stomach, and the legs by energy nipple weapons that eviscerated and electrocuted him. There are 2 other people that have survived this, and apparently they have no stories to tell, but again, we will go over that later. Now, this is the last portion, and I see Doug and Mike trying to keep their composure together because of the next several words I'm about to read without tripping up about what's written there. On January 17th, 1996, Phil Schneider, not Dr. Marcus Fartbutt, Phil Schneider was found dead inside his own house in Wilsonville, Oregon. He was lying on the floor next to the piano, and a tube from his own catheter was wound around his neck. However, according to the report, Schneider was shot dead by police officers who came to deal with a large number of unpaid taxes and fines. And during the dialogue, Schneider began to behave menacingly, grabbed his weapons, and thus left the law enforcement officers with no choice. Mike, you are ruining my fucking rant. Do you not see the problem with this? Apparently he was found with his own catheter around his neck, but the police report says that he fired and then the cops shot him.
Yeah, that sounds believable
That's
for
like
sure.
that Russian.
Mr.
That's like
fucking
that-
2 fingers can for sure fucking.
That's like
Absolutely.
that.
No. Yeah,
there's
he's got
that-
2 fingers. Like there's no he is not dexterous.
Yeah, he's not Dexter.
No, he's not Dexter either.
Failed to
There's
save a
that. There's
roll.
that Russian report of a Russian man that quote unquote killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
When he had 2 bullet holes in the back of his head, and they said that he killed himself.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, I got this.
I got this.
That's exactly how you do that.
Yeah, exactly. And so, again, 1996. Okay, so Phil said that all of this started way back in, like, 1979. And he'd been working for the government, and he'd basically been, like, contracted to do these very, very top-secret engineering projects. And now, like I said, he's a geologist and an engineer. He also is a self-taught demolitionist. Now, all of those things have the same descriptor, and that is self-fucking-taught.
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to remember that, because he sounds impressive, he carries himself well, and it sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I'm just going to leave it at that. But with that, I am done ranting about Phil Schneider's insane bullshit and his lecture he gave. What do we have up next? I don't even know where the fuck we are in this outline.
So, I'm gonna take it back a little bit to Mr.
Can we calm the tempo just a bit? Can we do a shot? Can I have the alcohol? Where's the alcohol?
It's right in
I need
front
the
of your
alcohol.
face. I'm not gonna calm the tempo. I'm gonna keep it going. So we're going to take it back a little bit to my boy Tommy C., Mr. Costello himself.
Tom Costello.
Like you heard in here, Phil Schneider was with a ragtag group that essentially was like, we don't like what these aliens are doing to these women. We're going to put a kibosh on that. The person that came like to them with that information was Thomas Costello. So, like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, because Thomas was told that all the people in like these vats and these like frozen chambers that Doug went over in the last episode were pretty much there having basically like medical experiments done on them to help cure them of their illnesses. He was told, yeah, I'll do that.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. He was told essentially, no, these people are too far gone. Like, there's no mind in these people. We're trying to save them. And he's just like, okay,
Cool.
for sure, I believe that. What's that vat of things with human body parts in it over there? Don't worry about that. We're helping them though. It's
We're
fine.
helping people.
Yeah. So Thomas figured out after a while, hey, that's not what's going on. And you know how he figured this out?
How did he figure this
He
out?
had a reptilian give him some information.
Oh, did he?
Because the reptilian was like, this ain't right. And I believe he also got some information from, in the Nightmare Hall, he found like one of these deformed humanoid creature things.
fart?
Was that poopy?
Is that fucking shit?
The Nightmare Hall.
He just shat his pants.
That is what the Nightmare Hall is for. So.
Yeah. I believe, if I remember correctly, he also was told about the wrongdoings from one of the like weird humanoid things in the Nightmare Hall.
One of the humanoid things?
Like the deformed, like Cronenberg type monsters.
One of the ones that was there. Okay.
Yeah, I believe
They were
that.
just chit chatting on.
Well, he's not. So when
lunch.
you go to the Nightmare Hall, you're not
Did they
supposed
have
to.
6 fingers and toes by chance?
Sure.
Oh. Do you know what I'm getting at?
No,
So,
this is vague memory to me. I don't
Okay.
remember if that part is accurate or not.
are any of you touching on Valiant Thor?
Oh no,
Okay, well,
I'm not touching that one.
So, fuck it. I brought it up. Valiant Thor frequented Dulce Base.
he also frequented the White House.
Phil Schneider has pictures of himself with Valiant Thor.
Huh.
Oh, God, I gotta save it. I gotta save
Yeah,
it. I gotta
hold
save
on
it.
to it for a second.
Okay.
Hold on to it for a second.
Oh, I'm gonna blow up.
So,
Okay.
I believe that's where it went. And then, so Tom Cassell is getting this information from a reptilian and a freaky Cronenberg monster. And he's basically just like, shit, you mean to tell me that the government's lying to me? And they're not doing all that stuff in there? That's wild. So what exactly is going on with all those frozen humans and all the humans in that experimental room? I'll tell you. But first, we're going to take it back to 1966 very, very quickly. This is when the NSA opened up Department X and Department Z. Department X pretty much identified and studied alien or enemy operations that could be a threat to the United States or humanity as a whole. Department Z reacted and neutralized said threat.
Okay.
So they're going to come into play in a little bit. I just want to bring that up real quick.
And you're doing some great setup.
Thank you. In 1978, this is when Department X.
You know I was being sincere about that, right? Oh, okay.
In 1978, Department X was given information, more than likely from Costello,
Okay.
about what is going on in these areas.
Okay.
And this information was apparently so frightening that even the most seasoned war vets were like at all about like what was going on. So, what was going on is in these rooms, thousands upon thousands of young female women were being created in test tubes to be sex slaves for the aliens.
They were stealing people's jizz to make sex slaves.
They were essentially they would impregnate
A petri dish.
The Greys would abduct women, and they would impregnate them, take them to this base.
Were the Greys kidnapping, or
Yes, I'm about to
were
get to
we
it.
bringing them?
It's a bit of
I actually
both.
don't know.
It's legitimately
it is
a bit of both.
Okay.
But so in 1980,
Actually, part of that treaty.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we capped it where they could only abduct about, I think it was like 75,000 people a year to do experiments on, and
That's
they just
it.
gave us technology, and we're just like, cool. We'll talk about it.
We'll give you humans in exchange for
In the
Things
19
for stuff.
Yeah. In the 1980s, the aliens were like, "Fuck you. We're gonna bump that number up to 100,000 a year, and you're not gonna do anything about it. And we're gonna keep people, and we're just gonna take them. We're gonna bring them to the base,
And we were like, you're
and
right.
we're just gonna make sex slaves out of them." And people, the tippy top, were like, "Okay." But then you had other people that were just like, "No, that
Fuck
ain't
no.
cool at all." And so that's when, and Jimmy Carter actually helped create Department X and Department Z. Department Z, when they heard about what was going on with Greys basically just cloning women to make sex slaves out of them, they created a task force, a Delta Force, to rescue these sad cloned women. So
Delta Force is pretty well known when it comes to like special ops.
yes, they were the special ops. But they were given this information again by, I believe it was by Thomas Costello, who was given this information by a creepy, weird monster in the
reptilian.
Nightmare Hall and a reptilian.
Yep.
And I'm just going to tell you right now, not all reptilians like people. This is a pretty rare circumstance of a reptilian being an okay person.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just like, this is fucked up. No more. And so, essentially, this is when, in I believe 79 is when it got kicked off.
Yeah,
Is when
1979. According to, actually, that's verified by Phil Schneider.
there we go.
super
But-
credible.
Super credible.
We have a quote, and it's not like a quote, like it's not given a name, like whoever said it. They stayed anonymous.
Anonymous.
But according to this person, they say, and I quote, "Level 7 is worse. It was like a whorehouse for pervert ETs.
Yep.
Human females were brought there for experimental purposes, but you can't convince me that most of it wasn't just sadistic pleasure for the Greys.
Well,
They
you know-
wouldn't.
Go ahead,
They
sorry.
wouldn't just impregnate the girls, they would sexually torture them for hours." I guess I should say trigger warning.
That would have been good like a minute ago. But
Yeah. We're going to get into it more, so I'm going to just trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger-
I would say for the next like 2 minutes here, because I have the last bit of the quote here.
He's gonna read you some of his fanfic.
Yep. So it goes on to say, sure, there were scientific procedures, but there were also orgies where a few pretty human females would be given a large number of Greys for nothing less than a brutal gang rape. And this was constant. Hundreds of Greys and other species that seemed to be friends to the Greys would come and go every week for no other clear reason than to take sexual pleasure with the provided human females. And essentially, Department Z and X were like, nope, we're shutting that down.
No mas.
So they made their Delta Force. Thomas Costello created a little Delta Force himself. Along, I believe Phil Schneider was a part of it. That's where this all mixes together.
He was on like the it was the more like technical engineering side of it. It was not so much the like the actionable portion of it. But yes.
Yeah, but we get basically the Richards family. You get Ellis Lloyd Richards Jr. and Mark Richards, who basically helped lead the task forces
The Dutchman.
into the Dutchman, basically lead them in getting these people out of there. And they full on like, this is when it gets into like, sorry, God, this is when it gets into the aliens are
Getting
coming
all
out.
worked up.
Yeah, this is when it comes into like being that like sci-fi shit, because I'm talking like we had like
chase scenes.
yeah, we have
and
like a secret
Yeah.
a secret team that goes in from like the back
it's
end.
like Ocean's 11, but
Yeah,
with
like
fucking
Costello like goes in like through air vents and he's like crawling around and he's like going about his day like turning off like security stuff so like this task force can go in.
Yeah.
And
You have this-
apparently, there's just a really good recollection of how everything went
Yep.
down.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Except
It's-
for when it comes to the details.
yeah. The-
Overly detailed.
The other
to be
task
fair.
force, the other task force got, I think it was called an X-22, like basically an alien ship, and they flew it into the main like entrance port, and they're just lighting the place up, shooting everything, and all these aliens, all these Greys are fighting back. They use these like, they had these like, I forget what they were called, these like stun gun type of things, and they had different settings on them. One was like a stun setting, the other was
Yeah.
like a like setting for like it could pick up like anything, and they were using that. The like our guys were using that because they didn't have like proper weaponry.
It was like the zero gravity gun from fucking Half-Life.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had like some reptoids that were helping us out. So we even had aliens fighting alongside us just to fight these grays.
That's a whole other version of fucked up. But
yeah, there's actually a guy, Lieutenant Colonel fucking Onizuka, who was flying with a reptilian aircraft.
So not just a reptilian aircraft. So our guys
the Millennium Falcon.
So our guys got like pinned down, and they're like, "Fuck! Like we're gonna die here." Because they got to the women. Okay, in the sex slave chamber. Okay. They got them all on the fucking ship, and they're like, "We got to get out of here." But they're taking too much fire from the Greys, and they're like, "Fuck! What are we gonna do?" And just at that time, a fucking like reptilian like official
like a
government
battle cruiser is what they called it.
It had the markings on it of like a reptilian prince. It had like the reptilian prince's like seal on it. So they had connections to outside help that came to help, and it's alleged that it was some sort of like royalty that came to help us out on our side, because they're like, yeah, that's fucked up shit. So we have a reptilian prince cruiser battleship come into play in an underground facility on the planet Earth, where a war between humans and gray aliens is busting out. And so this royal like battleship comes in and basically saves the day, making it so our guys can escape. And they all head to Area 51, where they'll be these women will essentially be debriefed. They'll get their memories wiped, and they can just basically learn how to go back into society and be okay.
Just take that part out of my notes.
Doug, can you pass that over here?
So
this has become a necessity, I think.
That was basically the war. There's a lot more detail to it.
Oh, there's so much.
I'm not going to get into that detail though.
There's one whole video that Phil Schneider goes over that is just that. But it's only his account of it. This is somebody else's like viewpoint.
So we had, after this war, we had a few like survivors. Like Jason said, there's 3, probably more.
So we were going to talk about that until we already talked about that. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to kind of explain what happened after the war, just a smidgen, just to kind of, because the story gets left off so viscerally, like after this, we just have this like mega war that happens in such great detail.
Are you going to go over the cell thing, the bomb?
Yes, I was going to. Yeah.
Before we go forward, can we just play a little game called Phil Schneider Says, and we're basically gonna see. So every piece of information that I got from this fucking interview, I'm sure a lot of it coincides with some of the things that you're about to say. I think we should absolutely, at the end of all of this, after we've said our pieces, I think we should debate which one of these 3 people was the actual expert on this topic and which one is right. And you'll see why I say this in just a second, because it's just fucking stupid. Let's just be honest. Go ahead, Doug. I will not ruin the surprise.
I'm not sure where this is going. All right. So
you're about to give a bunch of information, and then I
have very little more information. Just some like just some little loose ends tied up here. So I did want to go over. There's a handful of people. So earlier, Jason mentioned that there were like 3 quote known survivors. I have a list of people that we either don't know if they're dead or alive. We either know how they died. Either the government killed them, they died in the war, or something along those lines. So we have like, these are like the main players that took place in the war, besides from the ones that we've already talked about.
Yeah.
We've got the mission commander, General H.C. Adderholt. We've got commander of the Delta Force in Cat 1, Charles Beckwith. So Cat 1, there's Cat 1 through 4. These were like special units teams that basically went and surrounded the base at the time of the war. We've got William Cooper, who was an intelligence officer. We've got who else? We got David Griggs. He was an astronaut and actually was a liberated UFO, which I didn't quite understand what that meant exactly in the whole process. There's a couple liberated.
He was a liberated UFO?
There's a couple of them on this.
What?
I know, it's really, really weird. So we've got a Major Hanley. He was another one of the Delta Force commanders. We've got commanders of Cat 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to go over them. We've got someone just named McNair. who was also a laser expert and a liberated UFO. And then we've got the commander of FAT, which I forget what stands for, but they're the guy that was flying with the Reptoid ship.
Oh, yeah.
I might
Okay.
be able to find that for
Colonel
you.
Onizuka. And then there's two names that were pretty...
FAT is the filter attack team.
Filter attack team, right. Yeah, because they were basically that... I'll go over that real quick just so people understand. Because we have such rich oxygen here, aliens don't do well with that, especially talking about all the bacteria and stuff. So they fucked with the air, the filtration system. They went in first, like cranked it up to
11.
Overly oxygenated.
That is also why we are poisoning the earth right now through pollution, is because the New World Order that owns all of the governments and these big corporations want the Earth's atmosphere to be polluted so the Greys can live here properly. They went over this a little bit in the movie Pacific Rim.
Why do you think the ozone got degraded so fucking fast?
Mm-hmm.
Randomly. Out of it, like, it's been here forever, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, right around 1954-ish is when it started degrading rapidly.
Aerosol.
And then, so just to finish this little part off, we've got the Dutchman and his son. He was the commander in chief of the Dulce mission. And then we have two people that actually funded the mission, which was, it looks like, Ross Perot and Edwin Wilson. And then we have another guy named Marcus Fartbutt.
George of the jungle.
Wowie, he's owies.
Watch
No,
out
we
for
didn't
that.
take a break.
Absolutely no breaks were taken between the time I said Marcus Fartbutt and now. All right, so that being said, that's a list of people whose whereabouts are unknown. Most of these people are probably blacklisted, don't exist on any sort of government lookup thing, just stuff like that. You know? So, when we talk about the survivors and what happened in the aftermath, we can only assume that a few people who were in the base at the time lived due to being in the heavily shielded lowest levels of the base, which we can only assume would be like 6
Nightmare
and
Hall.
Yeah.
Now,
so
how come they were the only ones that
shut
lived?
your fucking mouth. I don't know. You tell me.
That's
I
why they
don't-
live.
I don't know.
They shut up.
You do know.
Well, okay. I was just hold on. Let me do the 4 sentences that I have written down tonight.
Doug has one thing.
We'll get there, you goddamn
Let's give him
cuckalook.
You've ranted. I've ranted. We both look insane
Give
at
me
this
my
point.
4 damn words, all right?
Give him his Lovecraft moment.
So, we're not even going to talk about that yet.
Out of fucking spite.
Out of spoot.
Okay.
All right. So so all these people in these lower levels we assume lived, and because of this, so we talked about the human females, right?
Yes.
And a bunch of them were taken to other military bases and just wiped
Via tube station on a mag rail connected by tunnels.
tubes. Yeah. So they were deprogrammed, basically rehabilitated into humanity, and just completely like.
They were men in blacked.
Yeah. So many of the people that actually backed the alien cause, or had profited from it, for that matter, in one way or another, were forced to pull back from their positions and basically had to go into hiding for about 10 years. And it was only until George Bush Sr. became president, were aliens able to return back to Dulce Base.
Why though? Why is that?
Because he's a fucking piece of shit,
He
is why. But no, it's because they had the same agenda.
Mhm.
And I'm not even going to get into the continuities of all of that shit.
Enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Is my wiener.
Yep.
So
My enemy is my dick. I punch it every morning.
so basically at the end of the battle, I don't have the specifics of this because there was just so much to read, and I didn't want to overstep where Mike was going to go on his part with the war. But Basically, they planted this bomb inside of the building before everyone escaped. That basically blew off, but it wasn't a bomb where we think of, okay, everything's destroyed near the bomb.
I'm gonna start referring to my sputin when I come. I'm gonna say I'm about to blow off.
We blew off, boys.
Wait, you're like,
Ooga, ooga. We blew off, boys. Ooga. Doug, I think you have sound effects to add here.
I'll try and remember that. But basically, it was this bomb. Do you remember what it was called exactly?
no, but I can look at it. It was a cellular bomb.
Yeah, so basically it just
Oh.
annihilated everything at a cellular level within the bomb's range. So once we got everyone that we could out of the base, we blew the bomb off and fucking...
And this erased every shred of evidence of this place ever existing.
anything living.
Yeah,
basically.
anything living. Pretty much
Okay.
anything on a biological level was eradicated.
Just
so
vaporized.
We're talking any experiments, any abominations, any aliens left over, any humans left over. All of that was gone and just blown out of the base. So fast forward to, George Bush Sr. bringing aliens back into Dulce.
I'm gonna note real fast, since we're on it, they didn't bring that cellular bomb. That was a experiment that the Greys were working on in the facility. They
right.
They set charges to get to it, and they set it to detonate.
Yeah, they're like literally when you read this like battle log of the fucking Dulce War, it's like seriously reading a fucking science fiction novel.
Oh, yeah.
Like the way that they describe like airships swooping in and SEAL teams coming out of fucking chamber, and like they make us seem way more like
Badass.
warrior like than aliens, which I don't see
us,
being the case. But
no, they wrote us into this story like we were the fucking 300 Spartans that held off the entirety of Persia. Like that's
literally,
and that's not at all what happened.
Like, there was 12 humans and they
18,000 aliens.
They just kept coming.
Yeah,
they were all
so
coming.
did I.
But yeah, so the Battle of Dulce basically ended all alien hope for using Earth as a breeding tank for a subspecies, which Mike was talking about.
The worker class.
And basically, we thwarted a interplanetary takeover then and in the near future. We basically said, hey, we're not actually a force to be, fucked with here. Like, figure it out, or we're gonna fucking do what we did to them other aliens at Dulce. And
We're gonna let you fuck people for free.
So while that being said, while the Greys restarted a breeding program in 1993,
Cell electrostatic disruption device, CED.
there it is,
Okay.
an IUD.
Jesus.
Yeah, the worst part about this, though, is that we sit here and we talk about how, they won the Dulce base war. The Greys were like, yeah, we're going to restart a breeding program, which started in 1993. We're going to go back to Dulce, and we're going to reopen in 98. But I guess the silver lining to all of this is that instead of there being hundreds of thousands of aliens at this base, there's like 10 to hundreds of aliens at the base now. And
we knocked them down a peg, but they're still there.
Took a zero away from him.
So I had mentioned like people being eradicated, and two specifically were, well, one wasn't eradicated, but there was a guy, an intelligence officer named William Cooper, and he became just like super loosey-goosey with his mouth and started just kind of like being like a whistleblower on Dulce.
Yeah.
He's at a bar just like, I shot the lasers at the aliens and they shot me with their nipple gun.
Nipples came out of nowhere and started blasting.
Hold on a second. Phil Schneider told me that he was the only whistleblower on this whole project.
Wow, what a crazy coinky dink, because no, that's wrong.
Oh,
that's
wrong?
very wrong. Absolutely. Because there's a couple people.
Thomas Costello.
William Cooper was one of those people.
Paul Benowitz.
Paul Benowitz wasn't part of the war, though.
True.
But like I said, this William Cooper guy, basically, he's been just being like shut down by the government since he started like his quote unquote whistleblowing.
Yeah.
They basically just keep discrediting him and being like, yeah, this guy's full of shit. Like
He's got a small dick.
He's a phony. But that Dutchman guy that we both mentioned, he was straight up just murdered.
Yep.
And then they just put his son in prison. They were like, you're in prison for the rest of your life. Have fun with that, you fucking idiot.
Stupid.
So yeah, the government was just like, yeah, you know, now that we're back in power and we're on the gray side,
yeah, we're gonna keep following that agenda.
We're gonna just start fucking killing, discrediting, or jailing you if you talk about this. So your choice.
Or just fucking you. I mean, we mentioned how Phil Schneider got murdered.
Catheterized,
but he was also
being
strangled,
but also shot. But
he was also being harassed for like tax stuff.
So he goes over like some of the attempts on his life. He goes over a couple of them, and he says it's like every 3 months there's an attempt on his life. To be fair, a couple of the instances that he gave were like, yeah, I started a bar fight and someone tried to kill me, and I thought that was weird. I'm like,
I slipped on a banana peel when I was walking home from the bar
and was like, I'm gonna shoot your face, and then they were like, not if I shoot yours first.
Yeah, but to be fair,
he straight up went over to a guy and was like, "You want to fight?" And he's like, "The government, no."
He pulled the Ryan Stiles from fucking Who's Line. What will surely cause a fight?
You want to start a fight?
You want to start a fight? Yeah, exactly. But so to be fair, so I know I talk a little bit of shit about Phil Schneider. A lot of the stuff he says makes a ton of sense. And that's the issue that I have with Phil Schneider, is that he makes a lot of this make sense to people. And when we see things like, I don't know, the other survivors, thank you, that you've been talking about, it seems like a lot of them don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, their stories kind of like coincide. They contradict each other. They're dead. Like there's a bunch of reasons why we can't verify these. And Phil has been the only one with proof. Gunga proof. I don't know. It's just this is just so there's something strange here. There's something weird. And I can't tell what it is.
It's almost like, you know, when like your parents told you about the tooth fairy?
Yeah. And how like if you didn't do the thing that they said, the order would be disrupted.
Did you have anything else to add?
No, I did not.
So on that note,
on the tooth fairy note.
So on the note of the last thing you mentioned, with what's fucking name?
Dutchman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is kind of where the story ends.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Not even close.
Have more that you want to add?
Yeah, man. We talked about this tunnel system for the past 2 episodes.
Well, I mean, like Dulce, like in general, like that. If you can go like headfirst into more heavy detail, but that is like.
Do you want me to?
The TLDR.
I have so much more Phil Schneider.
Take it away.
Are you shitting me?
Go
really?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
You have more for us.
I do have more for you. I always have more for you. I will not go into more of the insane ramblings of Phil Schneider. I will urge everybody who is listening to this episode,
watch it,
to go watch this fucking.
Take a peek at this man.
Go light up the biggest blunt you've ever had in your entire life. Sit down, do 5 dabs back to back, and just watch all 7 of these fucking videos. Your mind will be elevated, and it will come crashing down. It's going to be a feeling you've never felt before. You will be paranoid. But ultimately, you will be
in your bong.
Ultimately, you will be entertained.
Milk?
Absolutely. Yeah. Smoke a milk bong. Can we? What? Smoke a milk bong. Just do it. Pack the bottom with just
your
heavy
favorite
cream.
cereal.
Just heavy cream.
Oh,
just
yeah,
a fuckload of heavy cream. Fill
Will
your.
you just go?
Blow some bubbles up in that.
We're
bitch.
talking about smoking milk, man.
Smoking milk.
No, let's. Okay, so. Dulce Base is connected to a secret tunnel system that is connected to a global network of secret tunnel systems. Okay, this all comes out in this interview.
We're gonna tell you about all the secret tunnel systems.
No, not all of them.
We're gonna tell you about a handful of tunnels that are supposedly secret.
There are so many, and so this honeycomb network of fucking tunnel systems spans the globe, and this network is kind of the entrance to what everyone here might know as Hollow Earth. We are not going over Hollow Earth today.
Jello Earth.
I would love to, but fucking, I have so much to say about it, and I can't. So, there's this network, right? Well, what does it connect to? There's Dulce.
The internet.
We also know that Dulce connects to fucking Los
Los Alamos.
Los Alamos via mag rail system or a tube shuttle system.
Tube.
We covered that in part 1.
Would you call the mag rail system a tube shooter?
A tube shooter for sure. Absolute tube
What a
shooter.
callback.
What a callback.
That is such a fucking callback. But this is the original tube shooter.
From Polybius?
Check
Yes.
out our episode on Polybius.
Yeah.
If you want to know what that joke is from.
Shooter.
So this network of tunnels that is supposed to connect a bunch of secret bases in the U.S. and globally, guess what? It does that. It does that. People have actually walked some of these tunnels and verified some of these things.
Missing 411.
Exactly, yes. Missing 411 was all about this shit. So the first one we're going to go over is Creed, Colorado. The function of this base is absolutely unknown. And it has tunnels to Colorado Springs, the Colorado Delta, just all over Colorado is obvious.
And Dulce, which is
But
not in Colorado.
But it's kind of maybe.
But kind of also in Colorado.
But not.
But kind of not really, though.
But it connects
But
to
it is in Colorado.
It connects
but
to
not-
Dulce
it's
base,
not.
and it also connects to Area 51. We then have Page, Arizona. There is another 2-kilometer deep military installation outpost that is under the fuck ground, and it connects to Area 51, Dulce base.
Quick, define under fuck ground.
Under fuck ground? It's like, so you got dirt, right? There's like the layer of dirt. And
And
under
then there's
that,
a layer of cum, right?
well, obviously, how do you get the dirt?
Okay.
That's what the clay is.
So after that, you got the clay, and then you have like the underground layer. But below that,
And then the clum.
is rock and clum, rock and clum. So we're talking like 20 layers deep.
I'm just
and that's the
imagining-
under the fuck ground.
I'm just imagining, what was it? Beverly Hillbillies? Where
Beverly
they just-
Hillbillies?
It's just striking oils. We got cum!
yeah, we got cum. Oh fuck.
Cummies.
So that's Page, Arizona. We also have another tunnel out to Cheyenne Mountain, which is a NORAD base.
My wife.
It's a self-sustaining city built inside the mountain. It's got tunnels to Colorado Springs, to Creed, Denver, Dulce base, and as well as Kinsley base. And it functions as like an early warning system. It's a missile defense system. So it's, again, NORAD.
I don't know why I read that as space turkey, but it's space tracking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say no, Dad.
It's the home of the space turkey. Willem the space turkey. We also have somewhere in Datil, New Mexico. We don't know what the function of this base is either, but it only connects to Dulce. After that, we have Los Alamos, New Mexico.
Shout out to Los Alamos.
This is a big one. The function of this one is psychotronic research and psychotronic weapons. If you don't know what that means, it means you use your brain to make people feel ways, or you use your brain
it's
to make
Professor X's fucking.
Oh, yeah. It says wom, wom, wom.
His-
Can I,
his
can I
cradle
actually
thing.
stop for you for just a second?
Yeah.
So when I drove through New Mexico coming back to Illinois over my Christmas break,
Yeah.
I literally drove from the bottom left of New Mexico
Okay.
to the top right of New Mexico. So I just did this
Kitty
like
corner.
straight fucking diagonal line basically through New Mexico. The amount of nothing, and I'm talking absolutely fucking nothing that is in New Mexico,
It's insane.
makes all of this just sound way more credible. Like I drove past so many different bases. Like literally one
My-
was a missile testing range
Yes.
that was like 50 miles long,
Oh,
pretty
my,
much.
my guy. I fucking.
The White Sands missile range.
I went off on a fucking tangent of research. I started on Dulce and Phil Schneider and his wealth of information, and I ended on all the secret bases in New Mexico. Or there was one guy who was like, I stumbled across a secret base in New Mexico, and it's literally footage of him finding an underground nuclear bunker that he's like, what? Like, there's still fully functional computers in here. Like, there's still shit in here. Like, it's not like
Would
it's
you-
just up and left.
Would you say so? All these are pretty much owned by the Greys.
Actually, yes. I would say this is
Would
actually
you say that they came here and was like, all your base
are belong
belong
to
to
us. I might say that. And honestly,
That's
that's a very good way to wrap this up.
That
That's
is
a
what I
ballsy
call-
move to.
Wait for it. That's a knee slapper right there.
Damn
That
it.
was terrible.
I had to get it. I don't know if I had to get it in a frame.
I will say it's kind of almost ballsy for them to just control these bases and have like no one there half the time.
That's kind of what. So that's. I do want to highlight that point. We have around probably a little bit more than 130 underground bases that have almost no information publicly available about them. You know what I mean?
Imagine being that guy that just like stumbles across, like you were saying, that nuclear silo or whatever.
Yeah.
With like the working computers. Imagine just being like, oh shit, and you're like exploring. And
Like
you're
the
just,
Alex from Tennessee
Yeah, but
of
then you're like,
fucking
well, no, and
nuclear
then
bunkers.
he's just like, what the fuck is all this? And then like a door opens and it's just like an alien in like with an open robe and like a coffee. And he's just like,
It's like,
it
oh
just
shit,
backs away.
I gotta put on the act real quick. He's like,
Zeep
Take me to your leader. Yeah, he's like, oh fuck, oh shit.
he just like looks
Zeep
around
sword.
and grabs the first thing he can, just like cracks him on the head with it. He's
Yeah.
like,
Oh man, no, it's
It's just a guy.
yeah, he's just like a normal dude. He's just sleep blorp fucking. I don't know. You
So-
get what I'm saying.
so based off of the hierarchy at Dulce base, you know what I mean? So like we have aliens and humans and hybrids living together, working together, performing tasks together. That just makes me question like what the fuck's going on in all of these, especially when we see something is literally described as a psychotronic research facility.
Cybertronic.
The fuck's going on there?
Electronic.
You know what I mean? Like, what is happening over here? So all of these bases are connected through this honeycomb tunnel system that is part of the Hollow Planet theory.
Me want honeycomb.
I would love some honeycomb. I got real deep there.
It's a good cereal.
Me want honeycomb.
Me want.
Me oog.
But so, like, all of these different tunnels exist to connect all these bases throughout the U.S. as well as the globe. The most frightening thing about these tunnels, though, is 95% of them are unexplored, even though we made them.
And that.
And they're full of aliens.
We still don't know how magnets
They're
work,
full of
so.
aliens. All of them are full of aliens. Aliens exist all throughout these tunnel systems.
all aliens.
All aliens.
We done fucked up.
We done fucked up. We let them live here. They're underneath us. They've been here forever.
Could you imagine just like creating a civilization and then just having a bigger, whiter, gray civilization
And
take
creating
it over?
maybe 10 to 12 different higher beings that might influence that culture.
Oh,
and
colonization.
weird. Yes.
The whites are at it again.
They're always dicking around.
Guys, do we have anything else to say about this?
We're about
Absolutely
to go in,
not.
We're about to go into thoughts.
There's not a single
Please,
thought
let's
in
get
this
there. Let's
so
get
here's
there.
what we're gonna do: real or
firing
fake.
brain cell of mine.
Let's do real or fake, and we'll all say it at the same time.
Yep.
But we all have to expound a little bit on that.
Yes. So
We have
on,
to we have to go into depth with it.
on three. Let's real or fake. Ready? Three. Actually, on go.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Fake. Who wants to go first? I want to go last.
I have the
Okay.
least to say, so I will go first. Typically, when I do research on something, most of the sources are that I would typically use, videos that you're watching to do the research. Typically, all kind of give out the same information. You
Yep.
kind of hit this point where, all right, everything I've heard and everything I'm reading is all lining up together. Everyone's saying the same thing. All the sources are claiming the same idea.
Every article is pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're just on repeat, and you're just like burning that same
But that's
information
what
into your head.
happens with the truth. Like it gets old.
Yeah, and the reason that this is bullshit, in my opinion, which is weird for me because I'm big alien
What's
boy.
what's
you know
your
what I'm
tattoo
saying?
say
Like,
there, bud?
it says I want to believe. I love aliens. I
Okay.
love alien things. I loved fucking Majestic 12 because a lot of that was like all that information lined up. It was
collaborated.
It was corroborated.
Corroborated.
Conflagrated.
Cadavered.
Cadavered.
Clobbering time.
I can speak. All the information was clobbering time.
collaborated.
But no, so
Corroborated.
everything about Dulce Base is like a man wrote a part of it, and then they said, hey, I don't want you to read this, but I want you to add to the story.
Yep.
And once you do that, I want you to pass it along, and I want you to have someone else write the rest of the story, but not read our parts of the story. And we're going to make sure that this story makes absolutely no fucking sense, because no matter where you look at information, it's either new information or basically a nuanced version of what you've just read before. Someone's claiming this, someone's claiming that. There's like no hard evidence on this. And now some of you are probably thinking, but wouldn't that like almost make it more credible? No, half the people who are telling these stories were in a mental fucking institution or on fucking some kind of crazy watch.
That I didn't even expound on that. So earlier I contradicted the shit out of Doug, saying there were 3 survivors, 2 of which were in Canadian nursing homes.
Ader.
And
Oh yeah, I saw the aliens and
the fucking
Dulce's.
The fucking story there is the fact that the only reason that they are in Canada is because
we had a rail system set up for the moose to just go on in and
we got the mag level moose.
I hate this.
In the
I hate this
underground.
so much.
You had
They don't stop too well.
You had
though.
the reptilians and you had the moosians, and that's where we actually got the common Canadian moose from, don't you know?
Well, you see, the Palladians, they actually gave us the moose. They're not native, so they work well with magnets. Mach speed, though.
Yeah.
I finally turned the tables on Jason, and it feels wonderful.
I hate it. I hate every second. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. I have no idea.
That's what this shit does to you. That's what this does to you.
Seriously though, dude, I am so
You were talking about
brain-fogged.
crazy.
They're in a
boys.
Canadian nursing home. That's what you're
Canadian
doing.
nursing home, right? According to Phil fucking Schneider, and I know I'm contradicting Doug over here. According to Phil, there are 3 total living survivors as of 1995. And we've already been over that. We saw that Phil died in 1996 because he was either strangled with his own fucking urinary catheter or shot to death. One of the 2.
Porque no los dos.
Porque no los dos. Fuck, what was I just saying? I can't stop thinking about the shit that you guys were just saying.
So
What, Maglev Moose?
Yes! I cannot get Maglev Moose off of my brain. God damn it!
So Mag Moose now is Diluti lore.
God damn it!
And if someone can,
It's the Forgetty Moose.
if someone can put this into art for me, I'd love that.
just a moose train.
I feel like I just got Men in Blacked. Like I just can't. Nope.
I went follow the moose, follow the moose, and it's gone. It's
Done.
gone.
It's gone. Doesn't exist. It's broken.
So I'll go.
Fucking do it, man. Because I haven't even given my opinion here. Go ahead. Go.
So this is fake. This is fake, and this is why. So a lot of my shit had to do with Thomas Costello.
Who is that? Where does he live?
He's not real.
What job does he hold?
He doesn't have one.
Oh.
Yeah, there is no records of a Thomas Costello anywhere on Earth. In fact, how we get a majority of goddamn, I'm crying. How we get a majority of information from Thomas is from a website called alienhub.com, which is pretty much some guy made a post on there like, hey, yeah, he's like, hey, I'm hanging out with Thomas Costello. Yeah, that one. He's real old right now, so he's trusting me to answer all the questions for you. And it's pretty much just an AMA. They're just asking questions, and this guy's like, yeah, Tom said this is what happened. And he says Tom is too old and doesn't understand how the computer works. Even though this man was dealing with alien technology.
Yep. I
for
thought
a
didn't he dump
majority
a
of his
bunch of
life.
info onto a bunch of different forums
He
online,
sure did. And here's
allegedly?
the fun thing. Thomas Costello went on to say all of the pictures and videos that you see of the Dulce base that Phil Schneider has, he's like, oh no, this is all fake. None of it's real.
I can't wait to talk about
And
this.
then someone's
I'm
like,
waiting.
yeah, and then someone's like, oh, cool. So do you have pictures and stuff? He's like, yeah. We'll release it soon. That was in 2009.
Yep, fucking 14 years later.
Never revealed. Also, like Doug was saying, when we're talking about things like the Majestic 12, for example, you could even find that on government websites. Yeah, they were like, no, this isn't real, but because it was posted, like, here is the actual information on Majestic 12.
There's a big ass document that you can read. The same one everywhere.
That is not here at all. You don't get any credibility. In fact, one of the main people that give out Thomas Costello's information is called, what was her name? Sherry Hinkle?
Sherry Hinkle.
Sherry Hinkle, who...
Shankle.
Who is the person that Thomas entrusted to send out this information.
Yep.
And the only thing that this person has done is post like alien memes on their Facebook page.
She was supposed to be the donkey to the Shrek and just fucking...
Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
Where are the posts, Mike? Can you read us off at least describe some of the hard concrete proof that we have? You can.
Yep.
Cool. What is it?
I got it right here, actually. Hang on.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was worried that we wouldn't have any verifiable proof about this.
No.
I was actually very worried.
No. I got it. We're all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
I know your phone is shit, but...
No. I got it right here.
Okay.
Like, hang on. I actually have audio proof.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to have to
copyright.
edit that
Nope,
out.
we're good. That's all I'm playing. Is this copyright?
That was our first copyright on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah?
The episode that we did that.
Oh,
And the strange sounds.
the strange sounds.
Man.
The brown note.
That's funny. Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Huh.
Quite literally
no
nothing.
documents there.
No
Okay.
documents.
Okay. There has to be something about, like, at the very least, like,
But
the
what
boring
if he
machines.
was blacklisted, just erased?
Well, no. Like, the tunnel system, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
there has
yeah.
to be documents there.
Yeah, there is. There's.
Cool. Okay.
If you go to
Oh,
Los
my God.
Alamos,
No, we can't do this. I just realized what we're doing. We can't.
lying to people.
No, we're pulling a fucking Lapodal. Like, we can't do this.
You're right.
We can't do
Anyway,
this.
but yeah, no, there's no credibility to anything. The only place that actually talks about anything is Biblioteca Pleiades, which
Yep.
I love that site.
I do too.
Not
good site.
always the most
It's also
credible.
it's 50-50 if it's
Yes.
real.
And then the other site I was using was from like the Sacred Text website, which is just a black background and green text, and it sucks.
Don't do
And
that.
it just info dumps on you. There's not a single credible thing. All the articles you find on this just say, here's Paul Banowitz's book, who he's self-published, by the way.
I almost bought that, by the way.
He's self-published, so it's not like he's really rolling in
It's
the dough.
in my Amazon cart.
It is $2.
Yeah,
It's
like
not a
Doug
lot.
said, I love me some alien stuff, but there's just nothing backing this. It just does not help.
Would
So,
you guys like to hear why I think this is fake?
Yes.
Do we have a choice?
No, not at all, Doug. You're
Good.
going to sit here and suffer.
Good.
So let's jump back real quick to not Thomas Castillo. Paul Schneider's fucking qualifications.
Phil?
Yes, not Paul. Phil.
Phil Paul.
Phil
Banowiz, Schneider.
Phil Schneider.
Paul Schneider.
Do you guys remember what
Banowiz.
I told you his job description was? Like what he does for a living?
Geologist or some shit.
He was a self-taught geologist, self-taught engineer, and self-taught demolitions expert. Yep.
Yar.
You would think that has some technical knowledge to it, right?
That's just the Unabomber.
Like, you feel like you might know how to work technology if you're in, super top secret black ops government engineering
net.
with Mach 2 drilling speed drills that no one knows about.
That
You-
just works off vacuums
Yep,
and magnets
and water.
and
And
water
water.
and nuclear technology.
it's all the things. But you would have some technical knowledge, right?
Just a little bit.
Do you guys remember that thing that we had in like 4th and 5th grade? It was like it was a
Floppy
box.
disk.
No, it was like a box with a light underneath it, and there was like a magnifier that projected whatever was sitting on top of there onto the wall.
Oh, projector.
No, what was it called?
It's a projector.
Yeah, the projector.
not
yeah.
Not digital.
Yeah,
no,
no,
yeah,
that's,
it was a
that's
projector, where you'd write with the dry erase
Yeah.
on it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a projector.
We called it something else.
No, well, you're dumb.
Overhead. This is
Overhead, yeah.
Overhead. Yes,
The
the
overhead.
overhead is what it was called.
Oh my God.
So there is an overhead at this conference that Phil Schneider is speaking at. Phil Schneider brings concrete photographic and video evidence of the things that happen.
I just looked
at
up
Dulce
overhead
Base.
projectors, and wow, nostalgia just kind of kicked in.
Right? There's one of those sitting directly next to him. Okay. This is a man who works on top secret, government-funded black ops technological fucking operations, right? You'd think he'd know how to work one of those?
Nope.
He has pictures, right?
Mhm.
He holds them up like this.
I got a picture right here. Did you see
There are 4 separate occasions where he holds up information and someone goes, put it on the projector. And he's like, questions are later. I won't do that. And he fucking loses it and then moves the fuck on without explaining
They're
whatever
just
picture he's
pictures
holding.
of his
Yeah,
ass
he's just
that
like-
he faxed.
He literally goes like this. This is a picture right here, way over here. Hold on, I can get it further. This is a picture of the aliens attacking.
You got to shake it around. You got to do like this. Hang on.
Over here, no, he
like-
didn't though. He didn't. You just couldn't fucking see it.
This right here. This is the alien proof that you need. This is the one right here. That's what you got to see.
Legit, the thing is projecting his fucking name and his titles onto the wall behind him. Somebody tells him, use the projector. And he's like, no questions. Stop talking. I will do what I want.
I
And
just
he
like
just
this
goes
guy
like
in the
this.
back. Just
Please, sir, the projector.
It's fucking Oliver Twist. But with projectors and aliens. And he just fucking won't. They keep telling him, we can't see it. We're trying to see it. I even watched one guy like get up from the back row
He's just like,
and walk the fuck up to the front.
he's like,
and be like,
got the binoculars out.
I
He's
know.
like,
He's like the opera binoculars, like
Yeah.
a stick, and he's just like, ooh, robust. Look
and
at
this
that picture of a
dude
gray.
fucking will not put any of his pictures up into this thing that will make sure everybody that's looking
Because
at
it's
it.
just a picture of his dick.
Right, it's a picture of
it's
fucking
just like
nothing.
2 stick figures like pooping or
You
something.
can't see.
He drew that day on the toilet, like, oh fuck, I have something. Like,
On top of this, he claims that he's going to share every document that he gets in close up and high def.
in 4K.
Weird.
caught in 4K.
Weird how it doesn't happen.
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah, definitely everyone involved, I feel like just wanted to make some sort of money off of this.
They
Which,
make-
I mean,
here's-
there was
it's
a whole-
sad because there's no money to be made in alien
Well,
shit.
there was a whole bit that in the first episode that we talked about, or well, that I guess I should say I didn't really talk about, when Paul Benowitz was like first coming out and giving all these rumors out. He was getting hit up by like a ton of fucking people, and pretty much everyone that hit him up was like, oh yeah, like let's write a book, like let's publish something, let's do this and that. And it was all like money hungry motherfuckers. And I have to assume they're all crazy, like fucking Phil and shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they were all just fucking like, we didn't take our psychotropics today, like let's go write a book. And like, you know,
It's
like
pronounced psychotronics.
kinetic,
It's called Psychomantis.
Psycho, yes, exactly.
psychosocial. But yeah, so I don't
It's-
know. It's just all a bunch of gobbledygook.
This is just this is the classic. I fucking hate to go political, but this is the classic white wing, right wing.
You're kind of right on both
I
those,
know.
though.
This is the classic right wing like move. Like make wild ass claims and be real passionate about it.
Never
But as
back
soon
it
as
up.
someone goes proof, they go fuck you, you piece of shit. You do the research.
Please, sir, a crumb of context.
And they're like, and they go no, fuck you. You're poor.
Yeah, it's
Like it's.
if you want a real good
Help, I'm poor.
if you want a real good UFO story that is real,
Don't
Benny
look
and
into
Barney
this.
Hill is
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Marvin the Martian is even more real than this one.
Project Blue Book is a fun
Blue
one.
Book.
Ooh,
Yep.
hell yeah.
The Nazi
The
spacecraft
Nazi
in
UFOs
Antarctica,
in Antarctica. Yes.
which
Yes!
goes into this too, but we're not going to touch that
No,
because
we've already touched too much.
Yeah, we might we should probably cover Nazi fucking.
We have to, I think. Do you see how
UFO
passionate we
stuff.
fucking got about this shit?
I don't want to talk about Nazis.
I mean, it's not so much that we want to talk about Nazis. It's just there's a huge fucking lore around like
Yeah.
Nazi fucking
Well,
like
Nazi
warlocks and
Nazi
UFO
warlocks is a
stuff.
word combination that makes sense, and we need to
well,
fucking
the
talk
Aryans
about
are the Hitler's like Aryan thing. There's a race of aliens that are the Aryans,
Right.
and that's where that they're like
it. And we can
basically
talk about Valiant
Swedish
Thor
people.
then too.
Yeah,
We will cover more alien stuff in the future.
Yes, we will. We're all very passionate about it. I almost turned into
Subscribe
a
to our OnlyFans.
hardcore conspiracy theorist because of it.
it's fun.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
fun.
DelutiPod.com or Deluti.com. You can find our links to quite literally everything on there,
Yes.
especially our merch as well. Patreon.com/DeludedPod. Go to buymeacoffee.com/DeludedPod. Like we mentioned earlier in the show, all of the money going to our Buy Me a Coffee is going towards charity, thanks to Zane. I would also highly recommend.
Oh my God!
I would highly recommend going into our Discord. You can find the link to our Discord and our website, or you can go to linktree.com/DeludedPod.
We play games.
Yeah, go on there. We're gonna be on every Sunday
And we
playing
rant
games.
at you.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yes, we
but
do.
also the other important thing is you'll catch Zane on there occasionally as well, which is nice. Tell him, hey, send some love. I would also like to say our Google phone number is 630-909-93. I gotta be able to say it once.
That just scared the shit out of me. I like literally looked down for 2 seconds.
we got
and
Let
I
me
just
say,
hear-
let me say it one time. But you can call it, and if you leave a voicemail, we'll put it on the show. You can send us texts, and we answer those as well. It's 630-909-9366. You can find us on our social medias at DeludedPod. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@DeludedPod. They need to fix that. It's just
real
so
dumb.
weird. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
real
know
dumb.
why that is.
It sucks to say.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel is bussin', and you get video. We have video now.
yeah,
We're
our
recording our
stupid ass
heads.
faces are on there.
Yep,
Vidya.
and you'll see our vidges on there.
You will see our vidges.
Our vidges. But yeah, cash in on some merch as well. We're gonna be adding some stuff to the merch site, changing some things up. So like, go crazy on there. 630-909-9366.
Nailed it.
But all in all, just go to the website. It has literally everything you need on it. DeludedPod.com.
check out our TikTok too.
Check TikTok.
We're doing
trying.
exclusive content
Yeah,
on TikTok.
exclusive
by the way.
content on TikTok.
Stuff you won't hear us do on our
Yeah.
Patreon
If you-
or in our bonus episodes or our regular episodes, I should say.
If you ever come across a gray, do one of two things
it.
for me.
In its
Fuck it
mouth.
right back.
Close.
Yeah,
Do-
try and fuck it before
Yeah.
it fucks you.
Do one of two things for me. One, get its dental records, get a tooth or something, send it my way so I can
Do
do some
they have
research on that.
teeth?
I don't know. They're
they just
plant
be gumming.
people, so
They be gumming it.
yeah. Two, find its father,
This
Kiss
is
it.
we'll
right?
do this at the
Kiss
end.
it on its
Okay.
gray lips, and give it a little raspberry on the belly.
Ooh, kiss an alien's dad.
Yeah,
raspberry.
yeah. We're going
Ooh.
intergalactic.
Branching out there, bud.
I am, yes.
I'm proud of you. Opening that mind.
Yeah. Jason, do you have anything you want to say to the people, the beautiful people? But
Yeah, Doug, take the shot with me.
Okay.
Also, stay paranoid. Also, go to
630-909-9366. 630-909-9366.
I'm gonna keep screaming, and one
You
day
know
your
what's
baby's gonna wake up.
Oh,
You know
no.
what? I can just take him out of that part.
All right,
I am.
I don't
the
have to do all the
editor.
screaming. Cheers, Doug.
Cheers.
Also, everyone, stay paranoid.
What do you got to say, Doug? Badoo-doo? No, take your time. This isn't an audio medium. Oh,
You like that?
I don't like the voice you gave. Or the
Okay, so normally, hear me out. Normally, I would tell you to take your peen and your bean, but I don't want you to do that. I don't want none of that. The punching you're hearing is Mike getting beat. Just silly.
stop! Jason! I thought we were friends. Oh.
So he just unsheathed his robot cock. So yeah, I normally would say take your peens and take your beans and slap them together and do some weird things with them, right? But today, in lieu of just the grays,
Yeah.
I want you to take their peen, and I want you to. I can't focus. It's just
Okay, I'll
too
stop.
much.
I'll stop.
I can't. I can't even.
I'll stop. Gray peens. Put them between your knuckles.
I don't even care anymore.
Gray
You know what?
beans and gray beans.
Just take the week off from any peen and bean activity at this point, because my train of thought has been thoroughly just derailed. Good
Bye,
night,
everybody. We love you.
We love you. We love you.
You shouldn't give Jason soundboard permissions.
This is the first time he's abused them.
Don't look under the internet.